Hey, yo, is that a Juiced Beast Castle? Let's go.
All right, I believe we are live. So yeah, welcome everybody to the second league race of the night. This time we've got BDButt versus Eldric in another losers round 2 match. I'm really looking forward to this. I am Zach, and joined with me is Smiths. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got yogurt. Good.
All right, awesome.
I'm also excited for Eldric versus BDButt. They both showed incredible gumption during the qualifiers well back when, and the two are pretty solid racers. Great additions to the Kingdom Hearts Rando Discord. I'm excited to see the two of them go head to head.
Yeah, so again, we're in losers bracket. So winner keeps going, loser is out. So yeah, this is one and done. Okay. Yeah, we got some ads going on. They'll clear eventually.
Do we have ads on the restream?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It'll clear. So yeah, looking at this tracker, we have a blue agrabah and a blue 100-acre wood. So there's not going to be any bait for 100-acre wood this time. No agrabah 2 nonsense. We know there's no proof in Halloween Town, Space Paranoids, or Twilight Town. The Halloween Town and Twilight Town plays can still be useful, either for reports or forms in some combination. SP might give a magic early, so we might see renders go there. But the thing that's really drawing me right now is drives are a 40. So those 9-point checks are going to be a little bit enticing, I would say. All right, looks like we're all
the races are off. Both players choosing sword. How gracious. Good job. Camaraderie at its finest.
Exactly.
But will they choose the same portal? That is the question. Zach, how do you feel about the Pride Lands Open?
I mean, it is just kind of objectively the best play, especially with the RNG manip.
There's manipulation.
Yeah, if you do it first, then you guarantee the RC. If you do other stuff that involves combat or gathering money, then you might not get the RC right away.
I see. Interesting. I didn't actually know that much. I just always do the RC. It never changes. So I don't know. I've just never noticed it. But they started with a Thunder in GOA, which is excellent.
And another Thunder in Pride Lands.
Oh, that makes this incredibly easy. You don't even have to do the reaction command at this point. Like, you just killed them with Thunders. But
yeah,
probably still better to at least kill one of them and then off the other one with Thunder. That should be fine.
Yeah, like there is something to be said about muscle memory at the beginning. You don't want to break it.
Oh, I'll break it 100% of the time. It's funny. Like, if I start with a magnet, like, it's free game.
Unfortunately, BDButt takes a death.
Fortunate.
I think I'm like very behind. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, I think that's as good as I can get it.
He just restarted the fight with the...
Okay. Okay, there's a blizzard in Pride Lands. We're starting to build up our magic repertoire. Oh, proof on level 4. I didn't notice that.
Huh. Interesting. Early proof. You love seeing early proofs, but also, no. That's terrifying. Especially how you feel about Jet Seed.
Exactly. Like, if you're really confident in your execution, you want to see those early proofs, especially if you think your opponent is not as comfortable. I think the majority of people, though, are not going to feel that way, and they're going to feel extra stress if they get their proofs early. Yeah. I don't know if BDButt or Eldric are in the majority or minority of that opinion. We'll have to see.
It's usually around the 35-minute mark where I start to feel a seed Most of the time, I feel hollow inside, especially if I can't go to BC.
Yeah, that's fair. Other notable things that we're seeing picked up is a finishing plus, which is very helpful. It makes you actually able to play the game. Reflect for Eldric, and soon by BDButt. And there's a 5 in Pride Lands still.
Ooh. Mysterious. Or it's also probably on Simba, because sometimes it just happens.
Yeah. We are starting to run out of checks. Let's see. Eldric has 2 more.
Do we put a pin in this world and come back later? Well,
Yep. There's a 5 past Simba.
we are coming back here later. Now, because 100 Acre Woods is a 0, you can essentially eliminate every 5 from the pool being good outside of the proofs and the summon. Because pushing for a Torn page now is just straight time loss.
Yep.
So you got to be picky and choosy about the 5s you go for.
Yeah, and it's very interesting also that, like, Torn pages are half the 5s.
Yeah.
There was a report in LOD that has made The World Never Was dead in terms of proofs. We know where the Last Thunder is. It's in The World Never Was.
I would probably slink in there after doing Halloween Town just to see if that Thunder is really early, because having Thundigo would be incredibly nice.
Or even if you don't find the Thunder, if that report is early, like, there's upsides to just checking to see if one of those checks is early.
Yeah. But I do like the Disney Castle over Halloween Town, because Halloween Town just has a 3. It's it's a Torn page, but how deep that Torn page is beyond anyone.
Right.
It
Looks like
I just wanted to do a shotgun.
Yeah, and grab Jack's Ethers.
Smart.
So there was a cure in Disney Castle. So now there's a guaranteed 5 in Disney Castle somewhere.
Yep.
I wonder if we will see Timeless River right away, or if it will be pushed off until a little bit later.
If they're daring enough, they'll go to Old Pete, which they should. Oh, there was a scan there too. That's actually really
nice. All right, we've got guaranteed Timeless River 5, and BDButt is going for it.
Yep. It's smart. Because it's an easy 5. It's a quick area. The only length is this, pushing mini. But outside of that, there's not much else. That's good pushing. Wow.
Yeah, the contrary opinion to that would be you already have 1 proof and you haven't gone into a lot of the other worlds yet. This might be a lot of time for a Torn page that we know is going to be junk for us.
Correct.
So that would be a reason to not push this, but I think the ease of getting there and the little bit of extra levels you get from doing these mini RCs against these bolt towers is worth it. Especially since you're not going to be doing Halloween Town for getting those levels.
To be honest, I think something I would have done over what Eldric did was, instead of going from LOD to Halloween Town to Disney Castle, I would have gone LOD to Halloween Town to OC, because going down the path, like, granted you only have Glide 1, but still could be good things down there, especially since 6.
Yeah. That's very small little optimizations you could be doing of, like, your Garden of Assemblage movement. It most of the time won't matter, but yeah, it's something to keep in mind.
I mean, because if I find a magnet burst, or like if I find a magnet with the amount of thunders I have, like, I might be more inclined to push Hades Escape.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to have a Glide 2. Oh, there's the Ansem report.
Yeah.
And Port Royal has Valor. Oh, so there's another guaranteed 5 in Port Royal.
Yeah, we're getting lots of good information, lots of good hints.
I would immediately jump into Port Royal and try to see how far in that Valor form is and pick it up. Oh, the 5 was just Lately Charm. Sad.
I mean, it's of the 5s you could find, it is a useful one.
Very much so.
So I would not be upset getting that.
So yeah, go to PR, try pushing as far as you can. You have Thundera, you have Blizzard, you have Reflect. If you can get that Valor, then immediately go to Beast Castle and level up Valor while you're there. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I kind of like that play. The other thing that is kind of on the table for me at this point is like if you find Valor, you can manually force out Final Form, which when we're using the loadless time is not that big of a time loss. Yeah. And then you can go and do things like Hollow Bastion, getting some final levels there since Twilight Town is only a 9. You might just do Twilight Town anyway because forms are 40.
Now, would you orphan Space Paranoids at this point, knowing it's only a 7, and the fact that the opening is kind of long? Or would you go there just to open up the experience grinding later?
I would only do it if I was going to experience grind. So I wouldn't prep it. I would do it like only if I found experience boosts, I have Stitch now, and I have a reasonable leveling setup.
Right. Okay. Good thinking. This is kind of what I was going for, especially with finding Stitch.
Exactly. And with levels being 24 points still, that's still a very viable option to check. What like we just saw in the last race, levels had 2 proofs. So we've already found 1 on levels. There could be even more.
Could be 2 proofs and 2 magic. You never know.
Yeah.
Be absolutely hilarious. Looking at it though, like you see the 5s and like the worlds that have a lot in them aren't like the worst worlds to really push. Like they're pretty short, all things considered. Hollow Bastion's kind of long, but it serves a lot of utility for doing just about anything. It's good for leveling forms. You have core. The checks are really easy because there's just 1 forced fight or getting to Ansem Study, and it's just doing Bailey. A Reflect element in Beast Castle. I like that. I like that.
Oh, and a proof.
Oh, ooh. Beast Castle gang.
So now the question is, are people going to leave Beast Castle early and try not to do Thresholder, or go through Thresholder until you know there's no more proofs here?
Probably go through Thresholder just to guarantee that it's not like, if there's a magic here, great. If there's not a magic here and instead it's like a hint, then that means that there's more hints to be had.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. The upside of finding information here, especially if you think your opponent is not going to push farther.
There's Peter Pan.
Okay. Peter Pan and fire.
I'm gonna fire. Okay. Before Thresholder. Okay. See? Easy.
So
go before Thresholder. Always guaranteed good.
Oh, training limit 2.
Training limit
Holy
2.
Crap.
Oh, this gives credibility every time I say go to Beast Castle.
So the runners didn't have a choice here. Like technically they could decide to push Thresholder, but they're not going to.
Gonna be a good day. It's a good
scene. BDButt didn't get Trinity, apparently.
Oh, they stopped short of Trinity. That's gonna make optimizations later a lot better. Namely doing, God forbid they need to do Twilight Town for the
40 on drives.
Yeah, the 40 on drive. Because you can skip the station fight with it, or if you need to use it for like Roxas killing him faster.
Yeah.
Taking the menu now though, for Hollow Bastion, it's interesting.
Okay. the hint that was found in Hollow Bastion says that there's a torn page in Pride Lands, so Pride Lands is dead.
Cool. Reason to go back.
If there's torn pages on data sites again, I think we need to like hire like an exorcist for the generator.
Yeah. Maybe he just likes putting things on him. Specifically torn pages, because you know, it is Eeyore.
Yeah, that is true.
Tremendous rage and sadness, and I think that induces the most amount of rage and sadness. So it's very fitting. Flavor win for the generator. But Bailey, I hate doing the Bailey without limit form. It makes me say it.
Yeah, but Reflare is a pretty good alternate.
Yeah.
Also Thundara.
But I like getting multi-purpose out of the things I'm doing, to do multiple things at once, like getting limit levels, Sora levels, and pushing Hollow Bastion at the same time. It just feels good.
That's fair. But like, it is pretty likely that limit form is just on another dry form.
Yeah.
And since you have none currently, and you only have one hinted,
Or it could be Vanilla Twilight Town. That'd be fun.
It could be.
You get it after Sandal Fight.
Yep.
But I have a feeling it's going to be miserable going to do Twilight Town 1. The racers are going to put it off for as long as they can.
Yeah, they're going to have to know that they need to look into drives, I think, to push it. Which, given that there's 2 proofs found, we have no idea.
Yep. Honestly, the drives could just be red herring themselves, and absolutely nothing is on them.
That has been more than once in this tournament where the biggest number has not had a proof. Turns out it is just as likely to be in the small point worlds.
It could even be on Leon here in this world.
It could.
Which would be funny. Just appreciate it.
So yeah, we're heading through corridors. I believe BDButt is slightly ahead there, based on BDButt's slightly ahead, but Eldric is right behind. Still not finding any more important checks past that first report.
These are going to either be in core or they're going to be in deep HB.
Mm-hmm. That's something I've been noticing a lot more lately. Is like it seems like a lot of the HB stuff is past and some study, and if you kind of look at it by the numbers, it kind of makes sense because only like about 20 or so of the checks are early, and then there's still another 40-ish past and some study. So you wouldn't expect to get a lot of the things early. Oh, fire in the Heartless Manufactory.
Yo, it had something for a change. That's crazy. Normally it just has a synth item. I remember the old days before core skip was found, and it was like an actual like decision to go do core.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I beat it? Do I have the stats good enough? Am I gonna get bodied on the first encounter multiple times? Like it was a lawless lane. Ooh, pushing OC. I like this. I like this one. Especially 23 strength. That's a good have.
Yeah, like they have Magna Burst, but like their magic stat's only 14.
Yeah.
So it's not the best, but you can make it work. And you have Reflera and
yeah. Sora can hit things gooder. That's all that matters.
yeah.
It's gonna be a bro and attack. Oh. We didn't.
Meanwhile, Eldric is going into corridors. They're going to try to get into core. So we finally have a deviation between the runners.
Yeah.
Stitch is not being helpful. And is just chilling. There we go. Stitch finally did something.
This is always just big chilling. How does no one ever anticipate the Lance tug coming? Like, he's running around in a circle. You just mash triangle to not get hit.
Yeah. Okay, Eldric was very shaky toward the end there, but made it through, and that's all that matters.
Getting to low health is viable with Stitch in mob fights. That is not a question.
What? Eldric did the corridors fight, left to check LOD instead?
Didn't bother to jump into core for the first couple of checks?
But the checks are free. That is very weird to me.
Oh,
Like,
well.
To put that in perspective for chat, like, there are 2 chests at the bottom of core that, like, you could die getting, but once you have knowledge of what they are, if you don't need them, you can just leave them there and then find the other ones, and just, because we start with movement, you don't have to worry about getting them.
Yeah. The alternative is just, like, ignoring the bottom 2 until after you get the last ones in the Wisdom Orb room, and then just grab them on your way out.
Exactly, yeah. It's very interesting from Eldric. Definitely want to bring that up later.
See if it pays off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you would do the corridors fight if you weren't going to check the actual chest afterward, but
It's a bold strategy summoning Mickey.
oh, the 80% strats.
Let's go. I mean, you have Thundera. How do you die to him?
I mean, you have 14 magic. That's how.
Still, you can hit him in the head. And, like, the doggy paddle will deal a lot of damage.
I think it's easier to die than you think.
Yeah, probably. But, like, Mickey has negative frames when he attacks, and it makes me sad.
You're not wrong. It's also possible that Mickey was not part of the plan. It just was the backup.
I'd like to think part of the plan. I think it was part of the design. That's what,
Okay.
that's what BDButt was going for. I'm going to summon Mickey, give Mickey some time. When do we get Mickey? Huh? When do we get to play as... that sounds terrible. Don't do that. I don't
Hey,
think
Master
we can do
Form.
the whole game. Oh. I would
Master
say that's
Form.
a big buff.
Yeah. So Master Form was on the Coliseum map check. The literal first thing after Cerberus.
Oh, first makes this so much nicer to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think they have at least 1 draw, if not 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely at least 1. I don't think it's 2. I think 2 would grab all the orbs before they dropped. Alright. Eldric is now getting into more checks in LOD. We'll see if we have to get to Throne Room or not to figure out if there's a proof here.
Or it could very well be a magic on the climb of the summit.
It could. And then there's a 5 here, and then you... Okay, it was Chicken Little in that first chest. Okay. So there's no proof in LOD.
You teasing me? You teasing me, Chicken Little? Ayo. But just found ultimate weapon. Now they can go fight rocks.
Alright, BDButt is checking the checks in OC. Found torn pages. A useless check.
Yep. However, there could be an explosion in Piglet's house. You never know.
That is true.
Then again, their magic set's terrible. So I don't think that.
So
Guard
break. Yeah, there we go. Hey, more torn pages in OC.
I don't like that. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, Eldric is going to OC. Report 9 was found in OC that says there's a reflect in SP. Okay. So I'm less inclined to want to go there Like if there's a magnet in SP, I might want to push that, but since it's Reflega, it's not the highest priority for me.
OC just has another magic. OC's dead.
OC is indeed dead.
You know where I think we go next? Core.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what BDButt's going to do, because BDButt just got Master Form.
Yeah.
He might go and force Final before then, just to have another level.
I don't think he's checked what the Keyblades he's picked up so far has. He could have Light and Dark very well.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. So you could level Master Form in Core, and Hollow Bastion is a 24.
Yeah.
So it is not out of the question for me to go and do that.
See what's in the lock. That was
A
3
basement
games
map?
in a row.
Okay, no Light and Dark on Keyblades, unfortunately. Oh, Eldric is having a very
Scuffed
hard
Hades.
Hades escape, yeah.
Let's make. Oh, okay. So you have auto save with hard saves. Big chillin'. Where do we go? Core. Let's go. Big break.
All right. So we're going to find out what Eldric could have had if they went in after quarters. The enemies in Hades Escape are not giving Eldric a helpful pattern.
No.
They're just running away.
I mean, the funny thing is getting sniped in the back by Hades when you're about to.
Oh,
He's about to back in. Sorry, he's like, "Get back here, boy. Where are you
he's about
going?
to snatch him by his collar.
Get back in here. We're going round 2." Nice.
All right. So
Cool.
BDButt is finally going to tell us what's in Core. Oh, first gonna get some early master levels.
Okay.
Oh, Final Form is on Master 2.
I'm gonna say big if true.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
This is what I'm talking about. We used Master Form to get final. It's great. It's what all true warriors strive for.
Okay. Now, BDButt died getting the 2 chests on the floor of Core, but they're junk. You don't need to grab them. Now,
Eldric's going with the RNG manipulation strat of dying to Cerberus.
yeah. Oh, there's a proof in Core. Well then.
All right, so you remember what we were saying about space paranoids being used as a grinding spot?
Yeah. Although, your magic stat is 14.
This is very odd for the racers. You have final form.
You have Final Form, you have Finishing Plus.
This is crazy. 26 minutes in, all 3 proofs. God dang. A Berserk charge too.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Man, I remember when I enjoyed Slapshot's company. Now I hate it.
All right, my feeds had to refresh, and now I'm getting ads. Yep, ads. So I'm assuming BDButt is just going to be quick running.
Would be my guess.
It looks like it. That's
Also, BDButt didn't get the Trinity limit from Beast Castle, so this is going to be kind of slow. Because that would be some good damage, like especially with their attack stat.
I mean, their strength is still below the stat 4.
It's still below the stat 4, but it's like because combination boost was on Rumbling Rose, you could use Trinity Limit, full combo, Trinity Limit, and then full combo again, and then get into the quick run.
Yeah.
Or you can even like do 2 full combos, get him to retaliate, and then just use the Trinity Limit again, and then start quick running him into the wall.
Yeah.
So it's just free damage. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love quick running Roxas. This is the best 2 minutes of my life.
It's not the most engaging part of the randomizer, but it makes it a little bit more accessible. So I wonder where Eldric is going to go after OC here.
My guess would be, depending on what Eldric's thought space is right now, if they're thinking maybe forms are an important thing to push, I should start going to go get them. So we go get Valor form first. Then we go to Twilight Town and we try to see what form is there, without going to core. Just trying to figure this stuff out. And then we proceed to DNF because our opponent's already... That's what I'm thinking could be the potential case. However, he may go to core, find the last proof there, and then start doing the same thing.
Yeah. So, funny enough, Roxas held a report that said there were torn pages in OC.
Silly.
Turns out that probably wouldn't have mattered because there was another 5 there that could have been something other than torn pages. Experience boost for BDButt before Nothing's Call.
But here's the question, Zach. Which torn page did it hit?
The first one. By definition, it's the first one.
I only asked because you created the program.
Actually, I did not make the point hints.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought you were the one who made the point. Who made it?
DA.
Oh, DA did. I see.
So all the credit goes to DA for that one.
Interesting. Also squares.
Oh, second chance on levels.
Sheesh. But guess what? Could still be 2 proofs on levels. You never know.
I'm pretty sure we know.
Mathematically, it still exists.
No.
With no information and an empty board, mathematically, it still could be.
Yes, but the thing is, we have information.
I rest my case.
So, getting back to the race, BDButt is going to the Dancers fight in Hollow Bastion, presumably to level final form, but not going into final form right away. Okay, there we go.
Squares.
All right, so Eldric found the last proof.
Yeah. Should be kicking themselves in the butt for not doing this first.
I think that is exactly what they're saying. They got final form now. And Genie on Master 3.
Oh.
Oh, wow. So BDButt is now final level 3. It's probably going to lose drive heading back to the save point. Yep.
I mean, we have drive recoveries for it, so it's no big deal. Did they get the 2 chests? It doesn't really matter.
No, they didn't grab them.
35, is that over the strength floor for...
Yes.
Okay.
Sure is.
Cool. So I think we poke and pester Zigbar, and then use Final Form, and then keep him in the room transition until he gets to third phase and knock him out of it so we get him into loop.
Yep,
I think that's the plan.
I think that is the plan, yeah.
Can we execute said plan?
Hopefully.
Let's see. Zigbar, the second hurdle in Kingdom Hearts 2. Final mix.
Randomizer.
First one being Old Pete.
Although we didn't have to do Old Pete this time.
We did not. We avoided that railroad. Aerial spiral. Or is that aerial sweep?
That is aerial sweep.
Yeah. Doesn't that have weird repercussions on his revenge value?
I believe it's only going to matter if you have horizontal slash.
Okay.
Like if you do an aerial sweep, 2 horizontal slashes and 2 finishers, I believe that will like add too much revenge value and then knock Zigbar out of whatever action loop he's in. But I don't think it'll matter without horizontal slash. Let's see. Let me just try to do a little bit of quick math here. Yeah, it's just not enough.
Wait, the squares are gone. Why'd the squares disappear?
I don't think he has the Final Form Keyblade on anymore.
Ah, I see. We could just kill him in this room transition, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the case. Yeah. There we
Okay.
go. Very good Zigbar.
Yeah. That was textbook Zigbar if I've ever seen it. And I've seen a lot of textbooks, Zach.
Have you?
Yeah.
Cool.
School was littered with them.
Sure is. So BDButt is skipping every single chest.
Smart, but also...
Like, you don't have any gap closers currently, I don't think.
No.
Like, those are still useful to get through these fights. And from BDButt's point of view, they don't have Trinity Limit either.
Also, was Eldric using Trinity Limit during that time or no?
I don't think so.
Oh. Zach, do you know how to play the game?
I do not.
Okay, well, you're going to get turned into a card.
Vulcan strats?
Strats. So it's Vulcan strats if you get turned into a car, and what is it? Like not Vulcan strats if you get turned into a dice?
I don't know.
I don't know either. They keep coming up with these weird phrases that I don't know about.
It's an emote.
Oh, that's right. It's the frog with the wheel dice. Man, Lexord really gets worse and worse every time I see him. Like, this used to be a fun fight in the randomizer. Now it's just a chore.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what Luxor decides to do, it can be interesting, but if he's just going to keep doing the minigame over and over, you just kind of keep wailing on him, draining his time gauge.
Yeah. Like, maybe we could give him a giant robot that he beats Sora up with? That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe he summons like a giant slot machine and then like throws Sora inside of it, and you have to play a mini game to get 3 Soras in a row. You know, something like that. But that is vaguely reminiscent of Zexian's books, so that might be too samey.
Yeah. Eldric is trying to get some levels on the way up against these sorcerers, and is not having a good time.
This is why you don't level grind on sorcerers. They'll break your ankles. They have no qualms about it. They will break your ankles.
Yeah, with no once more, you're risking a lot of time here.
Sorcerers will break your ankles, and then dancers will break your back.
Yeah.
Hit him with the blizzard. Bop. He dead.
All right,
Awesome.
Lexard is down.
This could be Eldric's race to lose.
BDButt.
Is that how that phrasing works? I don't know. I'm not a linguist.
At the current moment, BDButt is ahead and has most of the tools they would want to finish the seed. So if everything stays status quo right now, BDButt will win. As always, things can change, but if things stay the way they are, BDButt will have this.
I see. Florida. I do quite enjoy the Syx fight. It's become a lot more fun now that I know what I'm doing. Like back before, Syx was like the second hardest thing for me to do in the seed. First is Zigbar.
Right. But instead, BDButt is just going to use Peter Pan to hit Syx to death.
I guess. Even though Reflect and our combos are perfectly fine, but
I get this because your magic stat is not great and your strength stat is better. So like I think that's the thinking happening here of like if I just hit Syx over and over, that'll be faster than using my magic.
yeah.
I don't know if that's true, especially if you could go into Final Form and use Final Form Fyra. But regardless, this is a safe play and you get through the fight pretty quick regardless.
Yep. I will take a no-death Syx any day of the week.
Yeah. Of note, Eldric has Flare Force on a Donald weapon. Don't know where they got that.
I have no clue. Is it on a mushroom weapon?
I didn't pay that close attention. I saw Flare Force and noted it.
Okay. Also, neither racers have really swapped off at the Kingdom Key, have they?
I don't think so.
I guess it's just been the most solid Keyblade throughout the entire thing.
I think it was like a 7.5 statted Keyblade.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. Alright, Stitch, protect us from both the Sorcerer and the Snipers. I mean, just grab this last chest for posterity's sake, please. Just to see if it has something in it.
Nope. Skipping everything. None of that is helpful, apparently. So yeah, no gap closer for Xemnas 1. Meanwhile, Eldric is on Zigbar now. Let's see if Eldric can have a clean Zigbar. Okay, using Berserk Charge without Horizontal Slash to just deal a bunch of damage.
I think Comet would have been better here without the Berserk Charge to still get, like... Because... Isn't it like if he's in the middle of a flinch frame and you technically hit him with the finisher, he won't get knocked out? Like, there's weird instances where he doesn't get knocked out from finishers.
Yeah,
I don't know all
I don't know. So Eldric was trying to use Berserk Charge in Final Form, didn't level Final Form, and got a little bit lucky that there was no DM after Zigbar room transition, and still got through the fight okay. So overall, was not that bad. Got through it very clean.
Yeah, the reload was really lucky. Having Trinity limit for Xemnas 1 would be really nice.
It would. If only that was in Beast Castle. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Okay, second chance save.
Oh.
Okay, taking the building.
If only Xemnas would have had the extended range. All right, I don't agree with what Eldric is doing. If you had the stats to beat Zigbar, you can kind of just keep going.
Yeah, like Eldric was at 34 strength, and like the commonly spouted number is 35 for the world never was. So like I'd see the incentive of leveling, but yeah, I agree with you that if you got through Zigbar fine, and like yeah, you should have just skipped through that, especially since you have all your proofs. All right, so BDButt is through Zemnis, is doing a final menu, going to the Moogle to sell what little things they have to try to buy ethers, that looks like.
Poverty!
Okay, 7 ethers.
That's enough.
Oh yeah. And 2 elixirs? Yeah. Now, what is a little bit unfortunate is that because the seed was so quick, they didn't find any glides or aerial dodges. So that movement has been very, very slow.
Guarantee the movement was tossed into some of those zero worlds. Had they gone to Agrabah for a quick shotgun, maybe you would have gotten a glide and an aerial dodge from there.
Maybe. My money is on, like, Twilight Town. At least one. There's just so many sharks there. All right, so BDButt is going into this engine fight without magnets or Chicken Little. Only Magnet Burst for crowd control. Now, they have Thundaga, which is a good approximation of Magnet, but with their magic stat being so low, they're not going to be one-shotting anything.
Oh, I didn't know one Thundaga was actually enough as a finisher to send them ether.
Yeah, these things are like one hit, like knock into the laser, and Thundaga just has a wide range to make it so that it can hit all of them.
Let's see.
So yeah, engine core is going to be very interesting.
Well, they got Stitch. Oh, that's...
They have Stitch, yeah. That should be enough. But again, their magic stat being so low, it could take a little while.
I would maybe try to clutch out the first wave with just Magnet Burst, and then second wave I would use Riku's Limit and then go into Stitch.
Yeah.
Just to try to kill like the Berserkers. Because
Yeah,
they're going to be the things that cause the most trouble.
Mm-hmm. And it lets your strength stat try to shine a little bit more.
Because the assassins are powerless when you have Stitch on the field. The only time they can actually kill you is their reaction command. It's just a free parry. They try hitting you with anything. But like now you got to contend with Berserkers that'll spawn in. Maybe you get lucky with the Magna Burst and pick up the Claymore.
Yep, that's what happened here. Also, like second chance also helps because you could get down to 1 health and the Stitch will start ukuleleing and have the HP orbs drop.
Yeah. Not only that, but keep the enemy stunned so they get picked up by the burst. Zach, you good? It looks like my co-commentator has died, so it is just me for now. Maybe something happened with his computer. I don't know. Here's the play-by-play with Smiths. On the ESPN, the Ocho. We're gonna kill engine core, and then we're gonna go fight armor 1. That's all I got. Eldric's taking on good old Florida man. Gonna figure out which area code he's in, and then call the authorities. But Sword takes matters into his own hands, and then puts the data on live leaks. So Xemnas 1, Armor 1 I mean, is a fun fight. Predominantly you reflect and hit him with combo finishers to stun him. Sometimes he'll summon the organization's weapons, or their abilities, and try to kill you with them. You can use the Wild Dance reaction command if you need to. Chakrams come in from the middle and go outwards. The Claymores cause no harm whatsoever because they only attack the edges of the arena. And then Zoltan's weapons fall on top of you. So pretty easy, predictable stuff. Zigbar's bullets also get fired off, but those don't do anything as well. So there's never a worry for them.
I just realized my mic was not working.
Oh,
So
welcome.
sorry.
No, you're good. I heard a plot, and then it went out, and then you didn't say anything. So I was just like, oh, something may have happened.
Oh yeah, my sound software decided to crash, so that's fun.
Cool. But that static hiss that was there before is gone now.
Oh okay.
Yeah, there was like a little that I was hearing. Like,
Yeah, regardless. Armor Xemnas 2.
yeah. This is a fun fight. And by fun, I mean they give you all of the movement in the game
Yeah.
and some sort of infinite aerial dodge that I wish was in the base game, which would be so much more fun.
Yeah, imagine if aerial dodge was like the higher the level it was, you just got more jumps.
Oh, that'd be so much better. Because an aerial dodge 4 would just be 4 jumps.
Yeah.
Alright, so we need to conserve our MP usage just a little bit so we don't go completely ham on our eaters in next phase. Because we're going into Final Xemnas, which is basically going to be the end of the seed. Could be a sub 1 hour seed. At least loadless time it will be.
Real time it could be too.
With permitting deaths.
I mean, we're at 50 minutes and 35 seconds or something.
30. Oh, I guess 50 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah. So that's plenty of time to get a sub hour.
Yeah, I think I always underestimate just how quickly it is to kill Final Xemnas.
Like even in like the scenario where it takes like 4 or 5 minutes. Like that's comfortably under an hour.
What if we get dome cutscene and then die?
Then yes, in that case, you would not have sub hour.
I don't know where you die though after scene.
I mean, Riku could die.
To what?
A laser.
Does he do anything after the
No, after laser dome, you're good. But
yeah, like it's not like he domes again. He's like, "Ha, you fools! You blocked it once, but can you block it again?" This time I've disabled the input on your X button. You're powerless to stop me. Wouldn't that be funny if it was an HP check instead of a button check?
oh, yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna take force damage here.
Yeah, like because you're supposed to like guaranteed have the maximum amount of HP for this fight, or like whatever it says is like the any percent amount of HP you'd have for this fight, and you actually need all of it except for like the one.
Right.
That would have been terrible.
Of note, BDButt did have a very good save there going into session to not die to the lightning orb.
Mm-hmm.
But that lack of gap closer is starting to hurt.
So I'm confused on the properties of his vine. Why it can be reflected, but it doesn't do reflect damage. Is it because it has like dark properties that it doesn't get reflected, or?
I don't know.
I don't either. think at this point, are we going to take Dome? Because it's getting kind of iffy.
Yeah. Well, so it looks like BDButt's going to have 2 ethers after this and an elixir, I think.
We're going into laser phase. Oh, wait. That's right. There's this odd thing you can do with him, and now he's going to get thrown.
Yep.
As long as you don't hit him with a finisher, then he won't go into laser phase. This is quite crafty.
Yeah, it's very good HP management on the damage to Final Xemnas here.
I'm telling you, these racers are getting better and better. And this is just losers brackets. Like, it's still really good.
All right, so BDButt needs to be
Limit
very
now.
careful.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think we can do one more reflect into session. Because we didn't get hit by any lasers there, so no.
Xemnas is
Should be-
staggered.
Yeah.
Now, he is pushed out of the arena, so that is unfortunate. You do not have. Yep. All right. It's
We already used the
Dome.
elixir. It's Dome time. It's not faster. Don't die.
Yes. Do not die to the Dome. Okay. He's not dying to the Dome.
Right.
So Eldric is now entering final fights.
Yeah.
Based on loadless time, there's not enough time for Eldric to come back, assuming there's no dropped inputs from BDButt. So this will be a GG for BD. There we go. So now we just gotta wait out the cutscene.
Yep.
To deal the final blow.
If ever there was a time to do some weird half an A press manipulation during the core fight to get straight to Final Xemnas or the cutscene skip, now is the time to find it.
Yeah, except that Eldric is already in Final Fights. Like,
know.
I guess you mean the engine core. Yeah.
In
No.
engine core.
Yeah.
I say core, and I usually consider it to be time-based, where people have already done core, so core is just engine core. But then again, people still need that distinction, because their brains don't work like mine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, considering that most of core was unexplored, that's what didn't work in my head.
I don't know. Just dodge roll into the corner at the exact right spot, and you'll get sent to the credits.
It was 51. 64.
51 even. Let's go.
Very, very good race. Let's So yeah, very well played race by BDButt. Very well played race by Eldric. I think the only thing that could be said on Eldric's side is not going into core right away.
Yep.
I think that would have been so Eldric would not have had final form in that case. So
Yeah.
that would have been very interesting. Hello, Eldric.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
So how did you feel about that seed?
Honestly, GG's to BD. I honestly feel like I did die a few times, but overall, I think he just played better, and that's okay. He might have routed a little better, he might have played a little bit better. I don't feel too bad about my seed. I feel like I still played pretty decently. So, I'm content with it.
I can confirm you did play very well. BD, GG on the race.
Thank you. Hello. Well played, Eldric. I see you're in core.
Yeah, GG's, man.
That was close.
You freaking pumped that out.
That was tough. That was a tough seed.
Yeah, so... Yeah, go ahead.
Did you just head straight into, Radiant Garden and core and get it super quick? Or what went down with you?
So I once I finished my shotgun, I hit... It looks like our trackers are actually pretty much the same. I went to Beast Castle, saw the proof there and everything, and then I went over and did OC and got the Master Form there. Then I went over straight to Radiant Garden. I was already prepped to the fight in the hallways, whatever it's called, quarters. So I just pushed through there, leveled up Master Form once, found Final Form, and then found the proof and was like, okay, here's my route.
All right. So we had a super similar route. I think you just executed it better today.
Okay.
Yeah. There was one big variation that I want to talk about. So Eldric, you did the quarters fight before BDButt did, but you did not go into core right away. You left to go into OC, I think.
To go into
Yeah.
LOD,
LOD, sorry.
went all the way up to the summit.
Right, yeah, okay. So what was the thinking behind that decision?
I was looking at that 40 on drives, and I was looking at that 12 in LOD. And what I was thinking was just, I'm going to get a 5 or a form out of LOD, and I want to start getting those forms so I can hit the 40. I was looking at core, and, well, that's unfortunate. And I knew that, I could go through core, and I could get the checks, but I had level 1 glide and level 1 aerial dodge. I was like, I'll come back when I get, a second glide, just to make it a little bit quicker.
Okay. So you were just thinking, I'm gonna try to push this further than the first few checks of core, but my movement is kind of bad right now, and I want to wait.
Basically.
Because from the commentary standpoint, you did the quarters fight and then left immediately, so it was a little odd to us. So yeah, we wanted to ask you about that. But yeah, and then talking about differences, BDButt, when you got the important checks in BC, you missed that there was turning limit also in the West Hall.
Oh, dang. I just went a little further.
Yeah, if you had just looted the rest of those checks, you would have had that.
That's a shame. Ah, well.
But yeah, other than the LOD play, I think you both did the exact same content.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it from the tracker. I did not touch LOD. I think this is the only thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very close
Interesting.
race.
Very, very close.
So question then
GGs.
for you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, GG's, you played that well, man.
Back at you.
So you're going into the next round for losers, and your potential opponent could be either Equations or Sonic. How are you feeling about that?
Not great. Not
Two
optimistic.
two very qualified runners.
Yes. I would happily take a rematch against the Equations. I lost to him once, so I'd be happy to have the rematch. Also, it would just be nice to race Sonic. I'll take a loss to him at least. It's worth it. So,
You never know. You could beat Sonic. I mean,
I could-
Sonic did get sent to losers. So
Yeah, could just God route it. It's possible. So whatever happens. That'll be fun.
yeah. No other questions.
Yeah, I don't. The seed was so short that it's hard to talk about what was there.
The seed was hecka short, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it was going to be short with 40 points on drives and not finding any drives early.
Yeah, I was mentally prepping for an hour and a half seed, and then I'm just like, oh, there's the third proof, I guess. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If we have no other questions, we can try to wrap up the stream. So yeah, let's give a quick thank you to everybody in chat for hanging out with us tonight for both races.
Yep.
Lots of fun. And make sure you check out the runners from everybody today. Let me just grab everybody since we didn't. Yeah, so Eldric and BDButt are this race's racers. And then the previous race that we had today was Double and Lord Raiden. Make sure you follow all the runners. Thank you very much, Smiths, for hanging out with us tonight.
It was a
and commentating.
pleasure. I love commentating. I love being here. It's fun to talk to the other racers and see how they're racing and remember the good days
Yeah, exactly.
before I retired for the 8th time. That's just
Right.
me.
All right, we're rating Sonic. I would guess that he's probably doing league settings to prep for tomorrow's race, which is 7 p.m. EDT against Equations.
I'll be back in the commentary booth taking it over with a surprise guest. Never know who it could be.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Woo.
Cool.
All right, thank you for the restream and the